time for the match game. Hollywood Squares, Hour with from Hill Street Blues, Rene Enriquez. From Night Court, Richard Moll. From Dallas, Fern Fitzgerald. From On Stage America, Randi. George Gobel. And the stars of the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour, Gene Rayburn and John Bowman. Yay! Yay! Hello there. Okay. Good. Come on!
You got him riled up, eh, Gene Wood? Okay. We all set up here?
I'm set. I can't hardly wait.
Don't you look very dapper today.
You like that?
Yes,
Every
nifty.
time you talk about my jacket,
Yeah.
every time you talk about this jacket, you're talking about a jacket that costs $295.
Really?
Of course, I got 14 pair of pants and a set of encyclopedias with it, but that's what I paid for. Don't ridicule.
It's nifty. It's a hunting jacket, I can tell by the leather patch up here.
He was hunting me before.
Right.
Naturally, we all are. Let's go hunting over here and see what we got. We have Lisa Holmes and Ruth Friedman. A little applause. Welcome. Now, let's get acquainted. Lisa, we'll hear about you first, please.
All right, I'm from Visalia, California. I'm a housewife, and I have a beautiful 6-month-old baby boy named Travis.
I'll bet you do. I agree with you. Hello, Travis. Where are you? Wherever you are, Travis.
Thanks, Gene.
All right. Now, let's hear about Ruth, please.
Okay, I was born in Germany, but I'm married here. And I have two lovely girls. One is Brina and one is Candy. And Candy's going to be mad at me because I said her name last. And, and I'm in real estate.
You are?
Yes.
How long you been here?
In Germany, from Germany,
yes.
about 21 years.
Oh, well, then you know all about our
I'm a
colloquialisms.
native.
You're a native.
Yes,
All
I'm
right.
native.
Good luck to both of you. Here we go.
Thank you.
We'll play the match game. We'll play 3 rounds, and the winner will go on to challenge our returning champion on Hollywood Squares for a chance to win up to $30,000. Lisa won the toss. You'll be first.
B, please.
All right. Weird Willie is so weird.
How weird is he?
You got to pick him up a little faster than that, all right? He's so weird, he thought you could get drunk from a blank cocktail. That's how weird he was. He thought you could get drunk from a blank cocktail. All right. Wow. Here we go, Lisa. Have you thought about this?
Yes, I have.
All right, I'll give it to you one more time. Weird Willie's so weird, he thought you could get drunk from a blank cocktail.
Shrimp.
Shrimp cocktail is good. Shrimp cocktail. What do you say, Fern? What are you doing down there?
Oh, just fixing my skirt, so I'm sitting like a lady.
All
Not
right.
embarrass my mother.
Yes.
You're right, Lisa. It's a shrimp cocktail.
What do you say, George?
I say shrimp cocktail.
You say shrimp. What do you got for us?
Shrimp cocktail.
Shrimp cocktail, Rene. Wow. This is very unusual for a first-round question.
Very
We got 3
unusual.
shrimps from the upper tier.
You can
And
find
now-
some shrimps down here as well. Here's one shrimp.
Especially in view of the fact there's Molotov cocktail,
I know.
there's fruit cocktail.
I wrote all of them.
Unfortunately, there is.
Fruit cocktail. All right, well, there's...
Sorry.
What are you so gloomy about there?
I don't have nothing to do with shrimps.
Oh, right.
I don't even date them. I'm 6'8". It looks lousy when we walk down the street together.
It's true.
Molotov.
Molotov. Well, you did very well, Lisa.
Thank you.
Now let's see if Ruth catches up with you here. Dumb Dora's so dumb. That's a little improvement, yeah. She thinks that one of the Marx brothers was named Blanco. You know, there's Groucho, Harpo, Zeppo, and the others. What we're looking for is a name that ends in O here, something that ends in O. All right, Ruth? You understand? Weird, remember. I mean dumb. Dumb door, so dumb. Put a dumb answer in there, Richard. Here we go, Ruth. Dumb door is so dumb she thinks one of the Marx brothers was named Blanco.
Dumbo.
Dumbo's good. See? Good.
See?
Weirdo, Dumbo, Jello, all that.
Well, first I said weirdo, but you see I crossed it out.
Yes.
And this answer is for Candy so that she's not mad at you that you named her second Dumbo.
Dumbo. All right. 4-1.
Dumbo, because Dumbo was dumb.
All right. That's 2. Dumbo was the name of the elephant in an old Walt Disney cartoon.
Right.
Feature
Adorable
length.
elephant.
An adorable.
It was a nice elephant.
A very
A
sweet
big
elephant.
gray fella, I remember.
Right.
And she was so dumb that it was Dumbo.
Dumbo. It appears to me that we're going to end the game with about 12 minutes to spare here. We have 97 questions on Hollywood Squares.
Oh, we got to get rid of all those extras, Gene. Well, see, for the all-communist show, I wrote Molotov cocktail and discarded it for the other question. This question, I wrote one of my favorite Marx brothers, Carlo. But I crossed him out. Carlo Marx, you remember him from the manifesto, and I put in Dumbo instead. How was that? That killed about 35, 40
That's
seconds.
right. Can you do 20 seconds here on your answer?
If I can belly dance.
Yeah, all right. Come on out here.
No, I can't. No, I won't. No, I was joking. No. I'd be just a big Dumbo.
Dinger. Dumbo, dinger.
All right. Can you belly dance?
Never mind. I came up with a real nothing answer, and I'm really sorry about it, but 0.
0 is good. Save the day.
Attaboy, made a game out of it.
All right, the score is 5-4, Ruth's favor. Very tight game going here. It may end in the next round. Tune in. Shall we go to round 2? All right, what do you say we go to round 2? First, I'll push the button and reveal the 2. There's A and there's B, and there's the 2, you see. Okay, now let's see. Who goes first here? Well, the one who's ahead always goes first, so Ruth, that is you.
Okay, A, please.
A, which one is that? That's
the
this
first.
one. All right. Okay.
Tough week, huh, Gene?
Don't tell us. Charlie Chaplin.
All right.
Fred Astaire.
Can you belly dance?
Harry said, I will never again go... Who does this? Richard, you're the only one.
Really?
Yes, because you...
Come on, Richard.
Harry, if some of you may do it for our amusement and to help kill a little time, we would welcome your
Gene, if you're in
response.
trouble,
I'll write
do a
slowly.
monologue for $500.
Harry said, I will never again go to another movie adapted from a book. Last night, the movie I saw was the dullest. It was adapted from the blank.
Come on, Richard.
Now, while you're doing that, I will go over here. Where is that Molotov cocktail you were playing with a little while ago? May I have that, please? I'm going to go over and toss it in the canal so that it doesn't go off in the middle of anything. First, I'll pull the pin out and see if it'll make a splash and probably an explosion.
Throw it at John.
Well, I guess it didn't go off. But it made a big splash, didn't it?
Certainly did, but the joke didn't.
Oh, he's ready. Okay, Ruth. Hello, Ruth.
Hi.
How long you say you've been in this country? 21 years. Yes.
That's stretching.
Harry said, I'll never again go to another movie adapted from a book. Last night, the movie I saw was the dullest. It was adapted from the blank.
Dictionary.
Dictionary is very good. Splendid response. Did you say dictionary?
No.
You did not?
He couldn't spell it.
But I wrote it.
Hold on, just
Hey, I can spell it. Wait, check this out. Isn't that right?
what's that say?
D-I-C-K.
It's close enough.
S-H-U-N-A-R-R-Y.
All right. Now, wait a minute. I just want to check something out here now. Now, sit up straight. Sit up straight. Okay. Now, say, count to 5. I just want to test your audios here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Give me a minute, okay?
Oh, no.
Start me off.
One.
Okay, 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
3.5,
4.
4.
My point is, it's not necessary to do this.
Okay.
Okay? I know you're new to this industry, and it's never too late to learn.
Okay, thanks, Gene.
What'd that kill? You killed a minute, right?
Okay, let's go.
Okay,
I'm ready.
2 minutes over now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ruth has all 6 of hers, and Lisa, you've got a little catching up to do. Round 2, eh? Okay. Lawrence is the world's worst casting director. He just cast blank to star in Little Women.
Who is that for? Everybody?
None of us, right?
Randi and Richard. But you may write. I'll get your response if you want it. All right. Hello, Lisa. Have you thought about it?
Yes, I am.
World's worst casting director just cast blank to star in Little Women.
Orson Welles?
Orson Welles is okay. See, Orson Welles is not a woman. That's why she said that. And he's also a very large person. That's 2 reasons why she said that. What did you
Gene,
say, Randy?
I was based on him during the war.
You were? Yes. He was an island unto himself somewhere in the South Pacific, as I remember.
well, you put it.
B-29s landed on him and everything.
Right.
All right.
I can't believe I was so unsure of this answer, and
You said
Orson Welles.
Orson Welles.
you.
Yeah.
Very good.
There were other
Good for
choices
you,
here.
Randy.
Elizabeth Taylor might have been a good response. What did you say, Richard?
Well, I said one of my favorite girls in show business, Boy George.
Boy George. That would be dreadful casting. Anybody else have any amusing answers?
Richards.
Renee Richards. Yeah, that would
Dolly
be.
Parton.
Dolly Parton, right. See? All right. Now,
Little lady.
so there we are, 6-5 the score, and 1 more round to go, and you'll have 1 more shot at tying the score. Let's see what happens after this. Here we go with the 3rd and final round. And since Ruth has matched everyone, Lisa, that means you'll have your choice of A or B.
I'll take B, please.
All right, let's see what B says. The photomat clerk said, "What a great shot of the Grand Canyon." And the customer replied, "It's not the Grand Canyon. That's a close-up of my wife's blank."
My God.
Who plays?
Oh, we don't.
Oh, Richard, you're the only one.
Really?
Yeah. All right. He's ready, Lisa.
Okay.
What a great shot of the Grand Canyon. The customer replied, "It's not the Grand Canyon. That's a close-up of my wife's blank."
Mouth?
Mouth is good. All right. All right, Richard.
I understand his wife looks a lot like Bowser. Mouth!
Mouth it is. Got a tie score.
Give it to us, John. Come on.
Anybody else have any amusing answers up there? No, I guess. All right, there it is. So that means we go to the tiebreaker just in the nick of time here. Now, here's the tie-breaking question. I'll read it to you. It says blank tip. That's T-I-P. Now, in front of you here, but out of sight of the stars, are 4 pretty good responses to that question. I'll ask you to choose them by number only. Don't say any words. And your seats were drawn by lot, so Ruth, you'll be going first here. And you may have number 1, 2, 3, or 4.
It was tip.
Blank tip, T-I-P. What do you think would be the best answer?
I take 1.
You'll take number 1. And Lisa, of the remaining ones, which one do you want?
I'll take 3, please.
You'll take number 3. All right, now I'm going to go over here and get verbal responses from the stars. And as soon as you hear your answer, let me know in some demonstrative manner. Hello?
Hello.
What have you got for that?
Well, my nice friend Rene gave me a good one.
What's that?
Felt tip, as in felt tip
Felt
pen.
tip pen, yes. Neither one of them have that. As a matter of fact, it was not even among the 4 answers that were on the board. Nothing personal. Don't want to make
Well,
you feel
I stole
bad.
it from Rene.
Right. I'm an old Chicago Cub fan.
Yeah, good old Chicago Cubs.
So I said foul tip.
Foul tip is another good one that was not up there anywhere. No, not there at all there.
Can't win them all.
How about
Hot tip. How about it? Another dreadful response. No?
That's not dreadful. I like that one.
No, there. When did you hear the one?
That would have been my number one. Okay, I'll go with my number two, fingertip.
Fingertip it is. Ruth is the winner. What did you have, Lisa? You had Q-tip. Yeah, we had sirloin tip and hot. Come on down, Ruth. Right over there, if you would, please. Lisa, it was a pleasure to meet you. We're going to send some gifts to you from the match game. Lisa Holmes, ladies and gentlemen, there she goes. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, here, we're going to switch to Hollywood Squares now, bring in the rest of the set and the rest of the stars, and John and I will trade places. Lots more excitement coming along. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
A member of our studio audience will receive Gibson's side-by-side refrigerator freezer featuring through-the-door ice and chilled water dispensers, automatic ice maker, 24-foot capacity, and exclusive frost clear system furnished by Gibson. It's time for more of the match game. Hollywood Squares, our With From Another World, Anna Stuart. From Trapper John, M.D., Brian Mitchell. Marty Cohen. And taking over, the star of the Hollywood Squares, John Bowman.
And we'll be right back to play Hollywood Squares in a minute. Stick with us.
And now, John Bowman and the Hollywood Square.
She did pick first, and she had the right answer at her fingertips, and I guess so did I. So congratulations to Ruth Friedman, who has made her way onto Hollywood Squares. We also have three brand new, well, not so new. Marty Cohen is with us. Here she is, from another world. She is, what did you tell me, the fourth great-granddaughter of Pocahontas, or the eighth?
Eighth great-granddaughter of Pocahontas. She is my great-great-great-great-great-grandmother.
And fourth great-great-great of
Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison. Anna Stuart is here. Just want to get your lineage in there. And here he is from Trapper John, M.D. He is himself Brian Mitchell.
Too kind.
Mr. Chic.
So, Marty.
I'm the 9th great-grandson of Moses. Just in case anyone wants to know, my dad, they carried the tablets. They did. I had a terrible thing happen to my home.
What happened?
Well, my brother was going to try and leave the country, and he went to get his visa, and they said he needed his birth certificate. So when he pulled out his birth certificate, he found out that it was a death certificate. They made a mistake on him when he was born, and they gave him a death certificate, and he couldn't leave the country. So he went to the city hall, and he started complaining. He said, "I want this corrected immediately." So they shot him.
Do you believe that, Ruth Friedman? Well, good. At least you won't believe anything. She's just primed to play Hollywood Squares. Here we go.
Thanks.
All right, Tom White. Agree or disagree with the people who shot Marty Cohen's brother?
I won't go on the limb.
Marty Cohen to die.
Too bad it was Marty Cohen's brother and not Marty Cohen with that certificate.
Thank you, Fern. Tom Weitzel is our defending champion's name. His total in two pretty successful days here. One very successful one and one semi-bust. $12,125.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yay, Tom.
You're doing okay. It's your third day on the show. Now you can you've settled in. Tell us as much about yourself as you would like. What you really want to say to the public out there, Tom.
Well, I recently became an uncle. I wanted to tell you that. My brother called me up, said, "You're the uncle of a nice, beautiful baby girl," and he asked me to be the godfather of it. And I didn't know if I could accept the job because I wasn't Italian, so. I took it, though.
Uh-oh, he's going to take over Marty's party.
Tom Weitzel, a graduate student in business, I believe, and stay out of show business, Tom. But it is great to have you here. You're going to play Hollywood Squares until you hear the Time's Up bell. With any luck, I'll hear it too, and so will Ruth Friedman. Whoever wins at that point goes on to play Supermatch, which can be worth up to $30,000, and you did win 10 a couple of days ago. First game's always worth $100, $25 for every square, and Tom, you get to start because you're the champ.
Start with George.
George Gobel in the center square.
Right.
You're a house husband who's watching his figure. Which burns more calories? 3 hours of peeling potatoes for your wife's dinner, or 3 hours of ironing her clothes?
If she eats all the potatoes I peel in 3 hours, she won't fit in her clothes. That's a dumb question, Gene. The ironing clothes would use up more calories because you're moving more. You know, what they call you just use up the calories in your fingers when you're peeling potatoes.
Okay, so he says 3 hours of ironing her clothes will burn more calories. What do you say, Tom?
I agree.
3 hours of ironing her clothes will burn almost twice as many calories. You are right to agree, and you get the first square. Ruth, I noticed you were playing along, and you seem to agree with that as well. So pick a star on your own.
Gene, please.
You've given yourself an ulcer worrying about Ronald Reagan's re-election.
Yes, I think about it every night.
Can Reagan give your dog one, too? Or don't dogs get ulcers?
Well.
Well, I would imagine that a dog's alimentary system operates much as ours does.
Keep
You know,
it
there's
clean.
hydrochloric acid there to digest the foods, especially canines who are carnivorous. They would need a great deal of hydrochloric acid. And if there's not enough food in there to digest for one reason or another, it's possible for the hydrochloric acid to eat the wall of the stomach and create an ulcer.
Yes or no?
Okay, that's it for Hollywood Squares for today. Nice having you here.
All right.
See you tomorrow. Oh, so what's the answer?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, we're 3 minutes over. Quick. Prove it, Gene. Prove it. He says your dog can get an ulcer.
Yes, I agree.
You agree? Your dog can get an ulcer from Reagan can give anyone an ulcer. You were right to agree. You get the square. And there's an X and an O up there. Tom Weitzel, are you still here?
I'm here.
Yes, nice to see you. You are playing X. Pick a star.
Marty.
Marty Cohen.
Well, I gave a dog an ulcer once. Oh, I'm sorry, John.
You are a male lion and it's supper time.
Yeah?
Who is more likely to go out and kill something for dinner? You or one of your lionesses?
I personally will kill for like a burger and fries. And then like a Diet Coke. So, but let's see, the male of the species, the lioness will be in cleaning the cave. No, I think the male does go out and do the killing and bring home the grits.
He says the male lion will kill something for dinner. What do you say, Tom?
I disagree.
One of your lionesses will be much more likely to kill something for dinner. Absolutely. I've been to Africa twice and I've seen it. Good for you. You knew when to disagree and you get the square. So, Ruth Friedman, you are in the defensive position. Pick a star.
Richard to block, please.
You missed this one. The game belongs to Tom.
What if you miss it?
Richard, we all know there are Avon ladies. You knew that, right?
Yeah, sure.
Are there also Avon men? Or does Avon only allow women to go door to door selling cosmetics?
I think there are some Avon transvestites out there.
Boy, Avon George is what you have.
No,
in mind.
I know this because we were playing Trivial Pursuit last night, and this question came up. They don't allow boys, only girls.
He says there are no Avon men. What do you say, Ruth, for a block?
I agree.
There are Avon men. You should have disagreed with Richard. Your opponent gets the square. Your opponent wins the first game. So, flawless play from our contestants up until that point, but that was a pivotal question. There are, in fact, 5,000 Avon men. There's a gig for you. We'll be back to find out what happens in a $200 game after these messages.
Stay tuned for more of the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. Now back to John Bauman and the Hollywood Squares.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are beginning a $200 game, and we're going to start it off with Ruth Friedman because she didn't win the last one. Pick a star.
George, please.
George Gobel.
Yes.
According to Mademoiselle.
Who?
Mademoiselle magazine.
Oh.
You know her.
Which of these is it okay to buy at the five and dime, George? Your bra or your panties?
Who, me?
One.
It's okay to buy your... the panties don't have to fit as well, I don't think so. I'd buy the panties in there, and I'd go and get measured for my bra. I'm just funny that way, I don't know. Fussy, that's what I am.
He says, Mademoiselle would say, it's okay to buy your panties at the 5 and dime. What do you say, Ruth?
I agree.
It is okay to buy your panties at the 5 and dime. George has exhibited superior reasoning. And you get the first square in the $200 game. Where would you like to move, Mr. Weitzel?
Marty?
Marty Cohen.
I'm a full-figured girl myself.
What's worth more money? Idi Amin's autograph or a typical yo-yo?
Probably the autograph is worth more.
Agree or disagree, Tom? He says
agree.
the autograph.
I agree.
The autograph is worth more. You're right to agree, and you get the square. Idi Amin's autograph. Idi Amin's autograph is valued at about $75. I don't know to whom, but that's the value. Ruth, your move.
Gene, please.
Gene Rayburn for an O.
Wouldn't give him a nickel for it.
You're flying cross-country at 29,000 feet when you look out your window and you see a bird flying alongside your plane.
Really?
Uh-huh. What is the only bird on record that has ever flown that high, 29,000 feet? Is it a bald eagle or a goose?
Well,
It's a bird with a lousy sense of
eagles go high. You know, their nests are in mountaintops.
They're bold and they get cold.
They appear to be bald, but they are not bald, actually. They're just white, and they look bald from a distance. But geese, you know, migrate thousands and thousands of miles, and I would say that it would be a goose that would have the capability of going that high. Well, now, wait a minute.
Oh, well.
Take your time, Gene, really.
Right. I've seen eagle at 15,000 feet in Wyoming. 29,000 feet.
The eagle or the
Who were
goose?
you with in Wyoming?
Yes,
When did you go?
I had a place there, Jackson.
Come on,
Hole.
guys. These guys are
I'll
trying
say
to win
the
money.
goose.
Okay, he says the goose has flown at 29,000 feet. What do you say, Ruth?
I agree.
A goose has flown at 29,000 feet. Yes, you're right to agree, and you get another O. So, Mr. Weitzel, you are playing X. Pick a star.
Brian DeBlock.
You missed this one. The game, and the lead goes to Ruth Friedman. Brian Mitchell.
Yes.
According to Miss Manners, is talking on the telephone while in the bathroom the grossest thing anyone could do?
Only if it echoes.
Or is it permissible, as long as you don't tell where you are?
Or what you're doing.
Miss Manners?
Miss Manners.
That's like Emily Post, I suppose, Miss Manners
She's
is.
a Emily Postish woman, yes.
I would say that as long as you don't tell why anybody would tell anybody where they are when they're on the phone in the bathroom, I don't know anyway. I would say that's impolite, so I would not do that. So I would say it's okay as long as you don't tell them where you are.
What do you do about the echo?
Agree or disagree, Tom?
I disagree.
It is okay as long as you don't tell where you are. You should have agreed with Brian. Your opponent gets that square, and your opponent wins the game. So, the plot has thickened. The challenger has forged ahead 300 to 200. However, we will wipe the 3 O's and the X off of the board, and we're going to zip right along to a $300 game, which we're going to start with you, Tom.
Start with George.
George Gobel once again.
Right.
A Russian diplomat has just robbed your liquor store. And when he gets caught, can he be prosecuted for his crime? Or will his diplomatic immunity get him off scot-free?
They don't mention what he robbed. I mean, was it money or vodka or anything like that? Not that it makes any difference. I'm just curious.
No. He's,
I like to get to
You
the
just like
bottom
to meet
of
him
these
later.
things. If he's a diplomat, you say?
yes, he's a Russian diplomat.
Yeah, well, they'll let him off on that, and probably also the fact that he was drunk when he did it. So, yes, he will be excused.
He says diplomatic immunity will protect that Russian diplomat. What do you say, Tom?
I agree.
His diplomatic immunity will protect him. You were right to agree, and you get the square.
Yeah.
Just one little wrinkle to that. The rest of the do have to press the diplomatic immunity. But you get the square. We will be back to complete our $300 game and our Hollywood Squares for the day right after these messages. 300 for the challenger, 225 for the champ. We are starting a $300 game. There's one X up there already. And Ruth, it's your move for an O.
Brian, please.
Brian Mitchell from Trapper John, MD. The Addiction Research Foundation in Toronto has developed a new way to test for drunkenness. Is it a video game or an oral dipstick?
I was reading about this. This is true. It is a video game. They figure if you get stopped by the freeway by the cops, you might as well have fun. So they give you a video game. If you got 25 cents on you, otherwise you got to take a breath test.
He says it's a video game to test for drunkenness. What do you say, Ruth?
I agree.
An oral dipstick has been developed to test for drunkenness. You should have disagreed with Brian, and your opponent gets that square.
I'm sorry. Oral dipstick.
And that's how quickly things can turn around. You have the advantage. Press it if you can, Tom.
Gene to win.
Gene Rayburn to win.
Get the phone backstage.
Yes, long distance for you, Gene.
Right.
You have a sheepdog, but no sheep.
Somebody calling from the bathroom.
You have a sheepdog, but no sheep, Gene.
Right.
Will he try to herd your kids? Or is it only dogs he'll push around?
How many kids do I have?
I don't really know, Gene.
Got a flock.
Well,
You only have one, don't you?
right, but...
Well, imagine you had some more. A herd of kids.
you say a herd of kids. What does that consist of, a half a dozen?
Yes,
Okay,
sure. That's
half
a
dozen
nice
kids.
number.
Yes, I'd say a sheepdog would follow its instincts and tend to herd those kids. Especially if they're, outdoors and want to scatter, he'll go along.
Prove it, Gene.
He does this to them.
What do you say, Tom, for the game?
I agree.
A sheepdog, interestingly enough, will try to herd your kids. Yes, instinct wins out. It often does in Hollywood squares. You get the square, and you win the game. So that means in this topsy-turvy struggle, Tom has emerged in front, at least for now. We will start a $400 game, though, as soon as we get those X's off the board, and we'll start it with Ruth. Pick a star.
George, please.
George Gobel once again. Is it better to exercise once a week or not at all?
Not at all. I think not at all. That's as far
You don't
as I'm
think
going.
at all, George?
You're running behind. You just go on and give us the answer.
He says not at all. Attaboy. What do you say, Ruth?
I disagree.
It is better to exercise not at all than once a week.
3
no,
or 4
you
times
should
would
have
be good,
agreed with
yeah.
George. George is very smart on this. The point is you risk injury by exercising only once a week. Tom, you're on the board already with an X. Pick a star for another.
Marty.
Marty Cohen. Roy Rogers trained his horse Trigger to do something that many people train their dog to do. Did Trigger fetch Roy's newspaper every morning? Or was he housebroken?
No, they never let Trigger into the house. But Trigger's now stuffed. But before Trigger was stuffed, they did train Trigger to go out and fetch the newspaper.
What do you say, Tom? Agree or disagree?
I'll agree.
Trigger was housebroken. No, you should have disagreed, and your opponent gets that square. I know, I had the same question when I saw that question. Why housebreak a horse? But he was housebroken.
You don't know,
Ruth
John?
Friedman, that was good for you. Pick a star.
Gene, please.
Okay, Gene?
Yes.
What came first, Shelley Winters or the bulldozer?
Trigger.
Nothing personal, Shelley. There's no relationship between your size and that's I would say the bulldozer was invented, because you've seen machinery in the Panama Canal, which was dug in the late part of the last century. So I'd say the bulldozer came long before Shelley
He
Winters.
says the bulldozer came first. What do you say, Ruth, for an O?
I agree.
Shelley Winters came before the bulldozer. No, you should have disagreed, and your opponent gets another X. Shelley Winters, born in 1922. Footnote here is that 1932 was when the bulldozer was invented, later than one might think. Tom, that was a big break for you. Pick a star.
Brian to win.
Okay, now this would give you the game and a pretty big lead at this point in the day. You're in the supermarket squeezing melons.
Is that what you're doing?
If ripe,
Yes.
should they yield to slight pressure on their underside, or should they feel tight and extremely firm?
Try to get a phone number, Brian.
What is the underside of a melon?
Benny.
Should they? I would say they should yield just a little bit because a good cantaloupe does that, and I know my cantaloupes.
He says those ripe melons should yield to slight pressure on their underside. What do you say, Tom?
I agree.
They should yield to pressure. Yes, you are right to agree. You get the square and you win another game. And you are a good player. The bell means that time is up. He has done it. Third day in a row. $1,050 for Tom Weitzel. He is our champ. You probably know by this time that you troop yourself over there, join Gene, get set for another shot at the big money. And to you, Ruth Friedman, you know, I thought you were really going to give him a tremendous run because you're obviously a very intelligent woman. A lot of this game is instinct. You played very well. I'm surprised at the extent of the differential, but you are leaving here with $325 and our thanks for playing Match Game Hollywood
Thank you.
That's fun.
Good, thank you. Okay, Gene.
Here we are with Tom one more time. He's just added another 1,000 to his winnings, and he's really piling it up. We'll be back with him for a go at the big dough right after this.
And now, here to play the super match is Gene Rayburn.
Thank you, Gene Wood. Okay. Well, what do we do?
Press onward, I say.
Press onward. All right, Tom, let's do that.
Iron your wife's clothes.
Okay. He could win another 30,000 here in the super match. Let's see what he does. We polled an audience not too long ago and said, write down your best answer to this. Russian blanks. If you give us the answer they chose most frequently, you get $1,000. Second most popular, $500. $250 for the third. Any three of the 9 dingbats are allowed to offer suggestions here. Whom do you call on?
Call him John.
Russian roulette.
There's one.
Randy.
He just took mine. Vodka.
Russian vodka, so you have 2 now.
And Marty.
Me?
Marty.
Russian dressing. Russian dressing.
Russian dressing. We have Russian dressing, Russian roulette, and Russian vodka. You may choose one of those or create one of your own. What's your pleasure?
Russian dressing.
You want dressing?
I would have gone for roulette.
Audience, you don't seem to agree with that. What is your response here?
Blue
Roulette.
cheese.
Blue cheese, yes.
They like
thank
blue
you.
cheese. That's all it is.
All right, the audience says Russian roulette. However, Tom said Russian dressing. Let's go down to the bottom and reveal the $250 response. Russian vodka is down there. All right, the $500 response says Russian spy. Terrific, stars. So far, you're wonderful.
Maybe it's the audience.
I don't know. What do you think? Is it really roulette?
I don't know.
It's only roulette.
Okay, Steve, slide it. Yes, it is. Tom, this hasn't happened in a while. It happens once in a while. You don't win anything up there, but because you're the champ, we're going to stake you to $100, and there's $100. Now it's time for the head-to-head match with any star of your choosing, and after you've made your decision, why, we'll multiply your $100 by whatever number is revealed. There are 4 20s, 4 10s, and 1 30. It would be important now if you could really get a little ESP going and find out who has a 30, because you'll end up playing for $3,000 if you do that.
Okay, I'm playing with Marty.
Marty?
I'm sorry about that dressing.
20. So you are playing for $2,000. That's better than a 10. 2,000 isn't bad. It'll put you over the $15,000 mark. Ready, Marty?
Yeah.
Here it is. No help from the audience, please. Hydrogen blank. Hydrogen blank. Hydrogen blank. Won't go in the slot. There it is. Okay. He's ready, and you collect the 2,000 if you match him. What do you say?
Bomb.
What I'd say. Marty is very familiar with bombs because he's a nightclub comedian and he's played. I'm only kidding, Marty. A little touch of humor there. That's all, Marty.
Thank you so much, Gene. No, you know, my wife is a strawberry blonde, and people always accuse her of bleaching her hair, so I always think of hydrogen peroxide.
Oh.
That's what I think of. It's not what I write.
Yeah. You're on time. All right. He picks up another $2,000. That gives him a grand total of $15,275. We'll be back with our champ and the stars right after these messages. Now, which star had the one big number that's up there? Ready, set, go.
Yank your tabs. Yank. Rene. That would have been an adventure.
Yes. All right. You want to make a little presentation?
I have something for you, Tom. You're very lucky that you didn't pick me for that last question, hydrogen blank, because I wrote this out. I would have said hydrogen dressing.
Terrific.
I can autograph this for you afterwards if you like.
Tom, we're going to see you
okay.
on Monday, right?
Okay.
Stars, you were terrific. We hope all of you will be able to come back, especially in this combination. George, since it's the last day of the week, would you give us a thought for the day?
Yes, I will. You can lead a horse to water, but before you push him in, just stop and think how a wet horse smells. So long, neighbors.
That's a thought for the weekend.
Thank you, George. Gene Rayburn inviting you to join us on Monday.
Or a thought for the month or the year. John Bauman saying so long for the match game, Hollywood Squares era. See you then. See you too.
A member of our studio audience will receive Vitamix Stainless Steel 3-minute bread maker and home yogurt factory that juices without waste, cooks without burning, freezes instant ice cream, and offers 800 other recipes. This is Gene Wood speaking for the match game, Hollywood Squares Hour, a Mark Goodson television production.